Hello and welcome to a sort of home time art challenge art club continuation project. Iron on crayon print. So if you were not an art club but you're watching this video and would like to do it with us, the first thing you're going to need to do is gather some supplies. So you will need sandpaper. This is, I believe, 180 grain. I forget how you say that, but any sandpaper will really do. The finer is probably slightly better. Then you're going to need some crayons and an idea. So keep in mind, the art club kiddos heard me stress this, but if you were not an art club but are trying this at home, remember that you are going to do a print of this, so it is going to be in reverse image. So that's not really a big deal unless you're doing something like lettering or a logo or something that you want to be facing a certain direction. If that is the case, you want to do a mirror image of it. Um, so one way you can do that is like draw it normally, window trace it, and then draw what you see on that window trace onto the sandpaper. Okay, then you're just going to take the crayons, and the big thing is that you really want to press hard and get nice, good, solid coverage. When you do the iron on the iron on version of this, it's automatically going to be a little granulated because of the sandpaper, which we're going for that look. But you want to do as much coverage as possible so that you can still see your design really well. So you can tell I'm pushing really hard. I broke some crayons. It happens. They still work. It's not a big deal. Really good coverage. Then this is the step that those of you that were in art club are ready for now. So pay attention. You are going to have an adult do this part for you. You need some sort of fabric to iron it onto. This is a cheap shirt I got at Walmart for my daughter. It's $3. And we're just going to center it exactly where we want it. Make sure you've got it right side up and all that jazz. That's where I'm noticing it's not quite in the center, so I moved it over just slightly because you only get one shot at this. Then you're going to put the wax paper that I put in your kit on top of it and iron. You need to hold that iron there for about 30 seconds. The trick is that the sandpaper is a little bit bigger than your iron, so you're going to have to move it a little bit. Then pull it just a little corner to test. I felt like maybe I could get that a little bit better, so I went back and did it again. So 30 seconds or so before you test it, probably a little bit more after that, and then peel away. Ta-da! Beautiful. All right, so now you have this t-shirt. The washing instructions for this is to wash it by itself the first time in cold water. And then after that, it should be totally fine. Then the second part of this project, which I think is really fun, is that you will not only have the print on your shirt or canvas bag or whatever it is you decide to do your iron on version of, but you can also use the print block or the sandpaper as a work of art as well. So here I am going back and coloring my design. My daughter's shirt was blue, so I didn't need to do the blue background before I used it as an iron-on. However, to display it, it's going to look better if I color in that sandpaper background into a blue background. So that's what I did there. That's why I did that. You guys, most of you, if I remember right, during art club already covered the whole thing, so you probably won't have to do that step, but you might still want to touch it up a little bit. As you notice, that green got a little dull after the color was transferred from the sandpaper onto the shirt. The yellow, the same thing. Then you will also notice that in your bag of goodies, I included 4 popsicle sticks, 2 really long ones and 2 normal sized ones. You can color those with marker. You can color them with paint. You could probably use crayon on them too, as long as you didn't touch them too much. I think it would still work pretty well. You can even add a little string to it. That's what I'm doing there. I cut that and then tied it um, around one of the longer ones so that it'll have a string to hang from. And then we are going to make a super cool frame with this. So I did double knot these and then I trimmed it. You'll see in just a second. Any string would work, twine, thread, ribbon would work as well, but you definitely do want to tie that first rather than trying to glue it later because chances are gravity will eventually bring that down. Okay, so good craftsmanship. Trim those extra little strings. And then we are going to start gluing. Why does this look so crummy? Okay, so once you have decorated those sticks, which keep in mind I colored mine really plain, I just felt like there was a lot going on my design, my print, so I kept them really plain, but you are more than welcome to add polka dots or stripes or patterns or write things on them, whatever. Have fun with it and be creative. So once you've tied the string, if you want the string, and you have decorated those sticks, then you're going to get some regular old Elmer's glue. To glue down those sticks and make a cool frame. So you do need a little bit more than dot dot, not a lot on here, but not a ton. So go ahead and put it on the very edge of that sandpaper and place your popsicle sticks where you want them very carefully. Now here's the secret. Remember that glue. Are you ready for this? Glue does not stick until it dries. Remember that. So what that means is it's probably going to start curling up on you. It's going to get frustrating for a second. You might need a second set of hands to help you hold it down and put something on top of it to make it stay nice and flat while it dries. Let it dry, let it dry. Technically, Elmer's glue takes about 30 minutes to dry completely. Did you know that? I let mine set a little bit longer than that even. You might want to use that um, wax paper again to put underneath it. Mine stuck to the paper that I was using a little bit, which wasn't that big of a deal. I just pulled it right off, but the wax paper might have been a better choice in hindsight. So just find a heavy book or something to put on top of it. And then as you can see, here are my finished products. I have my t-shirts and I have my frames. I cannot wait to see what your guys's turn out like. Please make sure you upload them to Artsonia under our summertime art projects, or you could do it under our art club projects, whichever you prefer. But either way, I will get a notification so I can see that you finished them. I am so bummed that we did not get to do this in person as planned, but hopefully this will be a fun little summer activity for you to do. My daughter and I were actually just talking about how some of the homemade masks that we're making, we could maybe make prints using this technique. That would be kind of fun. So if you do that, make sure you send me a picture as well. Miss you guys so much. I cannot wait till we are back at school already, but have a fabulous summer and keep checking back to my YouTube channel because I will keep doing some fun summertime projects for us. Bye.